On the 24th of June, we all woke up to find out that the world had changed. And for working class people in Britain and also across Europe, there were many different reactions. In the Socialist Party, we campaigned for a Leave vote. We have nothing in common with the Little Englanders of Nigel Farage, of Boris Johnson and Gove. In fact, our first campaign was to oppose those people having the official status of a Leave campaign, because we knew how they'd spend the millions of pounds and the airtime that they would get campaigning in a nationalist and racist way for a Leave vote. But we opposed the Bosses EU because that's what it is. It's an employers' union acting in the interest of the 1%, driving through privatisation and cuts to our public services, and therefore we oppose that European Union. And we share with working class people in Britain who voted for Leave, and also millions of working class people across Europe, in Greece, in Spain and Portugal, who've suffered at the hands of the EU, a sense of elation that we succeeded in striking a blow against the establishment on the 23rd of June. But we also understand that there were working class people, many of them, and young people who voted for Remain, and that they woke up worried about the consequences of an exit vote, worried that yet again it would be ordinary people, working class people, expected to pay the price in terms of any economic turmoil that followed an exit vote, and also worried about the danger of an increase of racism, of nationalism, of anti-migrant feeling in Britain after the referendum. That's a real danger, regardless of who won the referendum, because the capitalist politicians on both sides of the referendum debate attempted to whip up anti-migrant feeling in the course of the referendum. And unfortunately, there was no mass independent working class position put. The big majority of the trade union leaders, and unfortunately also the leaders of the Labour Party, went along behind the position of the official Remain campaign. So there is a danger of that, but it can be cut across by a united movement of working class people against racism and against austerity. And on the question of austerity, we know Osborne, not that he's going to last long now, but Osborne said before the referendum that he would attempt to carry out a cuts budget if Brexit won. And the trade union leaders now need to be clear. Any attempt to inflict new austerity on working class people as a result of the Brexit vote, or using the excuse of the Brexit vote, has to be met with a 24-hour general strike to prevent that happening. At the same time, we need to go onto the offensive and call for an immediate general election. There is nothing automatic about the right being the winners from this Brexit vote. Millions of people, as Jeremy Corbyn rightly said, voted against austerity when they voted on the 23rd of June. We now need to harness that movement. Let's be clear, there are different moods amongst working class people about the result of the referendum, but there is unanimity amongst the elite, the 1%, the big corporations, capitalism. They are united in their horror because this vote was not in their interests. The Financial Times summed it up in their editorial on Friday when they said the pitchforks are coming. That is what they fear. They've been weakened by this. Their traditional party in Britain, the Tory party, is in complete disarray. The hated Prime Minister Cameron has gone, or has said that he is going to go. The left, the working class, now need to take advantage of that. Jeremy Corbyn should be demanding a general election, and at the same time standing firm within his own party. Because we know, for big business in Britain, the election of a left government, a government that stands on a programme in the interest of the majority, that opposes austerity, that is their worst fear. And therefore, as we warned in the aftermath of the referendum, their representatives within the Labour Party, the Blairites, are already attempting to remove Jeremy Corbyn from power, to once again make the Labour Party a party that is safe, that acts it's safe from the point of view of big business and acts in the interests of the 1%. There is no compromise with these representatives of capitalism possible. Jeremy Corbyn should stand firm, demanding an immediate general election and saying that he will stand on a clear anti-austerity programme. A starting point would be the programme he was elected as Labour leader on. A £10 an hour minimum wage, mass council house building, nationalisation of the railway industry and of energy. He should also expand on what he said in his election, which is that councils should stand firm against the cuts. He should make clear that no Labour council now should implement any further austerity, but should stand for no cuts budgets, which has been demanded by the GMB conference, the Wales TUC, as well as the local government committee of Unison and Unite, the major trade unions in Britain. We would say that programme will be a good starting point. We'd go further. We would say that what is needed is a full socialist programme of nationalisation of all of the major corporations that dominate our economy under democratic working class control. We will campaign for that. But if Jeremy Corbyn stands on a clear anti-austerity programme, on the things that he was elected on opposing council cuts, then that would be enormously popular. The millions of people who struck a blow against the establishment when they voted on the 23rd of June could be won to that programme. There is every opportunity for the workers' movement to capitalise on the vote that took place on the 23rd of June. But we need to get organised to do that. Regardless of how you voted in the referendum, if you agree with what we've said today in the Socialist Party on what needs to be done next, then join with us in that fight and consider joining the Socialist Party.